Hi all the students of Narayana 9th standard. Today here I am in front of you all to discuss the assignment 38 from the topic center of mass and collisions. Now in your assignment, let us go with the first question. The first question in your assignment is a uniform sphere has a radius r, a sphere of radius r, a sphere of diameter r. So here what the thing which you have to understand is a sphere of diameter r is very important. That means the smaller sphere whose diameter is going to be r. If the smaller sphere's diameter is r, that means the radius of that smaller sphere is going to be r by 2. So we all know that when we want to calculate the mass and it is cut from the edge like this, it is cutted like from r it is cutted, that one is removed from r. So only this part is going to be left over, this outer part is going to be left over. When that outer part is left over, there will be a shift in center of mass. Now how is the center of mass going to get shifted is your question. Now when you want to find out that how is the center of mass going to get shifted if you remove this part from this whole bigger sphere, then actually what happens is there will be a shift in center of mass. To find that shift, you have to check out the x center of mass in this way. Like then the distance of center of mass remaining portion of the center of the mass in the original sphere is. So he wants you to find the center of mass. Now we all know that mass of the sphere is directly proportional to the radius cube, right? We all know that. So we will try to figure out the masses, and let me write down the radius of this first one is r1 is equals to r, and the radius of the second one is r2, which is the diameter is r of the second one. If you want the radius, your radius is going to be r by 2, right? So you got both the radiuses. Now what you will be doing is, I have to find out the distance of center of mass. Now distance, if you want to find out, d is equals to r1 minus r2. Now because r1 is bigger value, now r1 is how much? R1 is r, and whereas r2 is how much? R by 2. So if you subtract r minus r by 2, you are going to get r by 2. So your d value is r by 2, right? Now you got your d value also. Now to find out the center of mass, let us think the x center of mass. Your formula is xcm, your formula is m2 into d by r1 plus r2, or we'll write it as m1 plus m2. m1 plus m2. Now we all know that m is directly proportional to r cube. So we will substitute that r cube over there. So x center of mass is going to be equal to r cube, which is r2 cube. This is r2 cube into d. D is, anyway we got that it is r by 2. So in the place of d I am substituting r by 2. Now we have m1 by m2, m1 plus m2 in the denominator. So m1 is also directly proportional to r cube. So m1 is nothing but r cube over here. Okay, m2 is r2 cube, so this is r1 cube plus r2 cube. Now what you will be getting is, from here you substitute the value, x center of mass is equals to r2 cube. R2 cube is nothing but r cube by 8 into d is how much? D is r by 2, so r by 2 by r1 cube plus r2 cube. Now r1 cube is how much? R1 cube is r cube only, plus r2 cube. R2 cube is how much? R by 8, r cube by 8, r cube by 8. Now if you are solving this, you are going to get r by 14. So your center of mass of the original, the leftover piece, is going to be located at r by 14 place. R by 14th point it is going to be located, that means over here somewhere, right? So this is the solution of your first question. Let us go with the second question. Hope this is helpful. Let us go with the second question now. Which option it is? It is option number 2. Sorry, I forgot to say. R by 14, option number 2. Let us go with the next question. Now this is your second question. In this second question, you can see a uniform circular disc has a radius of 20 centimeters. A circular disc of radius 10 centimeters is cut concentrically from the original disc. The shift in center of mass is, when you are cutting, see for example, if one circle who is having radius of 20 centimeters, this one is radius 20 centimeters, and you have another circle whose radius is 10 centimeters. When you are removing that from that, the center of mass C1 or C2 both are at the same position. So when you remove that inside one, also that piece you cut and remove it off. If you cut and remove it off also, there will be no change over here. Remove it off, there will be no change over here in the center of mass, because C1, C2 didn't shift, they just coincided with each other. So there will be no shift in the center of mass, no shift in the center of mass. That means the shift is 0, which is option number 4, right? Hope this is helpful. Let us get into the next problem. Right, your next problem is a uniform wire of length 6.28 centimeters is bent in the form of a circle. The shift in its center of masses. Now actually the wire should be in this way. I just bent it like this. The length of the wire actually it used to be 6.28 centimeters. I just twisted it into this circular shape. Now I want to check how my center of mass is going to change. Now when I want to find out how the center of mass is going to change, I will tell that first of all the length of the wire is 6.28 centimeters. That means I just twisted that into a circle which is 2 pi r is equals to 6.28 centimeters. From here, if I want to find out the radius, exactly at the center of mass is going to be present in a circle. We all know that. Now to find that, we need to find radius r. So when we want to find out radius r, 6.28 centimeters, and that is going to be 2 into pi value is nothing but 3.14, and if you try to solve that, you are going to get somewhat around 1 centimeter. So the radius is 1 centimeter. That means the shift is also 1 centimeter. Because radius is 1 centimeter, the shift from this particular point will just, when you curve it up, it will just shift to this center of radius r. So let me tell you that the shift is 1 centimeter. That is option number 1, right? Hope this is helpful for you. Let us meet in the next assignment. Until then, bye.